So next we were going to talk about, yeah, so that's kind of how we feel about, Mary being Mary. But the only other thing is we know that you said Lazarus was killed by the Romans. Is that
Yes.
right?
I've read.
Well, what happened to Martha?
So Martha ends up evangelizing and moving in different, like, she stays pretty much in the region of Provence, from what I understand. And she ends up in a So there's something called the Golden Legend. Okay. Are you ready for this? It's called the Golden Legend. And it has to do
Yeah.
with this small town called Nerluc, which was later changed into the name Tarascon. They sought her out because they knew she was evangelizing and they believed her to be a sacred and holy woman. They call upon her and say, please, can you help us with this big problem we have? We have a dragon, and this dragon is killing people and tormenting people. And I love Martha. I just love her. I just feel like so much of myself in Martha. She's like, all right, show me where this dragon is. Let's go get it. And so all she's got with her is this big jug of holy water. And that's pretty much it. And then she just kind of and marches over and she tames the dragon. She tames it. How does she tame it? The story, the golden legend is that she sees the dragon. It is snarling, it is scary, and she simply sprinkles all of this holy water on top of it. She makes the sign of the cross over it. And honestly, it is just her sheer faith. They know these people literally call her over because of her faith, because she is just a mere woman, Tasha. What is this woman going to do that these villagers couldn't do, right? So why is Martha the one that's going to save the
Yeah.
day? The reason why they believed in Martha so much was because they saw the way that Martha believed. It was Martha's faith that actually drew them into her and put the trust in her to solve this huge problem. So she takes her belt off, she wraps it around the dragon, and then she brings the dragon back to the village and she says, here, do with it whatever you want. She did not slay the dragon. She did not want to. And so I will say that some of the historical references indicate that it could have been a crocodile. The
Mhm.
Romans, they were in a lot of different places, right? And you've got a
Yeah.
lot of waterways and rivers and all of these things. The Romans loved to take exotic animals and bring them to the gladiator fights, to the Colosseum. They just like to have these animals. I mean,
Yeah.
some emperors had lions and different things like that and bears. And so would it be so ridiculous to think that there couldn't be a crocodile in this story? Probably not. But these French villagers would have not
What
been
about
like, this
Komodo
is not
dragons? Like, I mean, that's literally their name is like a Komodo dragon. So, like,
right. So,
could have
because
been.
there's no indication that this dragon was breathing fire or anything like that. It was just the way that there's actually text that describes it and how it had a very hard and bumpy back and all of the different things that they describe about the snout, about the tail, about just the shape and the figure of this creature really does sound awful lot like an alligator or crocodile. And it would have definitely been eating the villagers, right? If they were by the water and it was hungry. So it could have been this rogue animal that kind of escaped the Romans as they were gathering exotic animals and bringing them back to Rome. But nonetheless, she was the victor. She was the one who tamed it. She was the one that got it to calm down and calm down enough where she was able to wrangle it with her belt and then lead it back to the village where I don't know what the villagers did with it. It probably wasn't very good though. Um, but
Get
there is
some
a
gator tail.
right, and there is a parade that happens every year for Saint Martha. It's the Tarasque parade, and so every year they
When does it
actually,
happen? Do you know, like, the date?
I think it's around her feast day, which I think
Well,
is
oh,
towards the end of July.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why we're doing this episode.
Yeah. right. That's
So,
right.
so,
Of
like, it's
course.
coming out.
Um,
We're gonna have to
yes.
find
So,
some stuff on it so we can, like, yeah, like, we're gonna have to.
yeah. They have a big
That'll be
celebration
great.
all in the name of Saint Martha taming the dragon and saving the village. And so
That's
we look at
crazy.
how she was represented in the Bible, this busy, busy, busy and, go, go, go and not
Like,
sure.
"Oh, I
And
got it."
I feel like, I just love Martha so much because a lot of the stories of these women, if you notice, they are very transformational. They are
Yeah.
very alchemizing, how they have gone from not sure, they've gone from sin, they've gone from whatever it is that they try to portray them being or doing, but they become the most faithful of the followers.
They really do. I mean, between Mary, Martha, there's another Mary, and then, the Virgin Mary and Susanna and Joanna, like, these women were the ones who, like, didn't bat an eye, whereas a lot of times the disciples, time and time again, doubting Thomas, denying Peter, betrayal Judas, these men were not. These
This is what I'm
they
saying.
they weren't the best of the best.
So it's very male heavy as like, they're the ones. But at the same time, when you really open up the peripheral and you look at the women who have been sidelined in these stories, I'm sorry, but they're the ones. They're the ones
They
that
are. I mean,
stayed.
all these significant parts are the women. Every
Amen.
single most significant story is the woman.
So I think that's
Yeah.
a really great place to leave it.